I guess the meeting is opening up at 3:58.
Correct.
And the first thing of the, that I gotta ask is there anybody else beside LCAT recording the meeting?
Bob Tadia for DPW minutes.
Thank you, Bob.
Yep.
Okay, the first item on the agenda tonight is review and approve minutes of the meeting from 11/1/2022. And, Mike, have you take a look at them?
Yeah, we've reviewed the minutes. I have no issues with the minutes. I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 1st, 2022.
And I'd second it. And the roll call is
Aye?
an aye.
Excellent. Just keep in mind you don't have to do roll call votes when it's when it's an in-person meeting.
Oh,
It's
I
just
typed-
all
I
in
typed-
favor
I typed-
signify by saying aye, and that's sufficient enough. Roll calls typically on Zoom, or if it's a hybrid meeting where you're trying to
okay.
keep track of people.
I
So
didn't
anyways,
realize
not a big deal.
Thank you.
February 15th meeting.
That's on hold.
Yeah, that one's on hold, Bob.
Okay.
The superintendent's report?
Okay, not much has changed since our last meeting, but I do have an update on the Parker Street sidewalk project. They
Right.
completed that last week. They completed that entire project after looking at my notes when they started 3 weeks' time for 4,500 feet of sidewalk on Parker Street. So very happy with the outcome of that project. Also, Daryl's staff has installed the RFB out there. We're waiting to obviously get the wiring and stuff set up within the RFB, so hopefully maybe next week.
RFB is up and running.
Oh.
Only we have it blocked off right now because there's no crosswalk painted in the road.
Okay.
So we don't want someone hitting the button and walking across and then the car go, well, there's no crosswalk.
Right.
So I'm waiting for hear back from the
Yep.
company for line striping
Okay.
to do the crosswalks for that project to finish that up.
Excellent.
Yeah, I drove down Parker Street today and it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
The reseeding and stuff is in, but
Yep.
we'll have to see how the spring goes.
Yeah.
But the lights were up and everything.
Good.
Looks good.
Excellent.
That
Very
was a
happy.
pretty long sidewalk.
Yeah,
put
it
in.
was. I was very happy with the work they did out there. Yeah. Excellent. That's all I have.
I was gonna say, how'd you do with Mike's questions?
Excellent. Excellent. I
Yeah, he
actually.
responded, I think, the next
to an
day,
email.
provided all the answers to the questions I had
Yep.
at the end of the last meeting. So
Yep.
thank you very much for that.
Were they able to do anything on that Maple Street?
Actually, we gave it to Daryl. Went out there and looked at it. And,
And just kind of it wearing itself off right now.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Palmer, it's the second we hit that with a plow, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
that-
It's just built up emulsion.
And I realize that the.
A nature of the beast when it comes to that kind of stuff.
It seems common with paving projects. so
Yeah, because
absolutely.
when they're paving a lane, they gotta. It's
check
actually a
that.
good thing because now you know they got the emulsion on the grounds for the
Right.
between coats.
right.
So it's
Okay.
no one's hiding anything.
Right.
It's when the trucks drive, like I said, trucks driving back over and just building up after a little bit.
Yeah, so typically between paving coats, it's an emulsion, it's a tack coat, so it actually adheres both layers of the asphalt together.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
it's a good sign that they're doing it correctly.
In the speed limit scenario,
Speed limit?
that's because of different directions?
Yes, so you have a school zone, you have a school zone, well, coming into East Long Meadow, it's 35 miles an hour. Then it steps down to 25 because you're going by the high school, and I'm coming east, coming
towards-
into town. So then you obviously have the school. So it goes to 25 and it ends probably right after the church. And then it goes to 35 again, and then the speed decreases again, entering the center of town. It's just there's multiple zones within that area, so it's not the perfect scenario, but
you're
it is
satisfied?
what it is.
I wanted to bring it up to make sure it was looked at, and assuming everything's following compliance and
Yep.
it's appropriate, I have no issues. I just wanted to raise it.
Sure.
It seemed a little odd to me when I
Right.
first saw it,
Yeah.
but different speeds on opposite sides of the road.
Right.
But I'm all set.
All right, beautiful.
Was there a third item you had?
I did. It was about any type of signage or things like that in case a resident was concerned about cut through street, things like that. So that's all. That's
Yep.
resolved as well. And
Okay,
they
because
know the right
there's a
process to
number
do so.
of cut-through streets in East Long Meadow.
There's
That's
many.
everywhere, I would
Other than,
Many,
imagine.
many.
there's many, other than Rural Lane.
Right.
And
Sure.
there's been reasons why, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you responded,
Yep.
but I wanted to also go on LCAT and say that you responded to the questions
Mhm.
immediately,
Mhm.
and that you're satisfied.
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, let's move on. You all set?
Yep.
Let's, next item on the agenda is review and approve the fiscal '24 proposed capital plan.
Yep.
From the DPW superintendent.
Yep, and what I'm gonna do is I'll kind of give you the abridged version. I'll just go through each division real quick with the project and tell you what was changed. Okay?
Sure.
I did update the table of contents, so everybody should be able to find the page.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so obviously the first division will be the building maintenance division. On this, per the board's request, the only thing I changed here is the priority. I moved the generator for the PD up to priority number 1, given the facility is a critical facility for the town of East Long Meadow. So.
That was the,
So I did the police station generators number 1 for $58,950. Town hall generator,
which one is that? The police, oh, okay, police.
Yep.
Okay, I'm
police
sorry.
generator. So we're in FY24.
Right,
Town hall trailer mounted generator, $114,425, and the new sprinkler system for the fire station for $264,815. For a building facilities division total of $438,190. Okay?
Yep.
Yep.
We can go on to the highway division, which is on page 24. There was no changes to that based on the board's comments. We're requesting for our number 1 priority is road paving improvement project for an additional $600,000. This will help supplement our Chapter 90 funding for next year if approved. And the fire station repaving parking lot project for $130,425 for a total division request of $730,425 for the highway division. So no changes under that.
Bruce, just a quick question.
Yep.
Do you think the state's gonna bump up any of their extra funding this year?
I've been
Uh-huh.
waiting for that.
I thought there was,
You hear
additional.
talks of them supplementing our Chapter 90. We did receive a WRAP supplement for roughly, it's not exact, for roughly $360,000.
Yeah.
That has to be spent by June 30th of this upcoming year. I'm hoping to get another supplement, and the only reason I say that based on the, and I don't know where the coffers are for the state for this extra monies, but I know the state has extra money, so I'm hoping to see that. So
Then, I am too, but my question comes down. Do we have plans, we have plans for what additional streets we would wanna tar if you get the supplement right away?
yes, we have a long list of streets.
And
Yes,
it's running.
yes.
Okay, so we could at least, if the money comes in, we could at least place the orders and get them done this time?
Yes, yes, well, yeah, we'd obviously have to bid it out,
Bid it
get
out
the
and-
bids
right.
and all that stuff, get approval from Mass DOT, the whole 9 yards, but yes, absolutely,
Okay,
no question.
I don't wanna have another year of going through not having anything done
Right,
if we get the extra money.
right. Well, and the only reason we did that is because of the Maple
Maple
Street
Street,
project, it was such a large project, so
I realize that,
and I totally agree, Phil,
Okay.
on that.
thank you.
Okay.
Next item.
Yep, under the equipment, division, that is page 33. Okay, so there was no changes under the equipment requests. The number 1 request is for replacement of truck 45 and F-350. It's a 1999, replacing with an in-kind vehicle, and our estimate is $77,169. Please keep in mind it's still highlighted in red because we could not get a firm quote from Ford on that. So if something does come in, I will obviously get it out to the board and make the adjustment, okay? Second request is for our replacing our loader number 8. It's a John Deere. It's a 1997. We're going to replace it with a Volvo L70. The price on that is $263,420. We're also requesting a pickup for a truck 59. It's a Ford F-250. It's a 1999. We're replacing that with an in-kind vehicle, another F-450, or we're actually upgrading it to an F-450. Our estimate is $93,909. And our final request under the equipment request is to replace dump truck 71. It's a 2003. We're going to replace it with a 6-wheel Mack. And the price on that is $319,855. And a total request under the equipment is $754,353. So no changes on that. We can move on to the water division. It's on page 60. Okay, our first request under the water division is to upgrade the Chestnut pump station for $2,398,000. The second request is meter module upgrades for $140,000. Yep.
Quick question. We did this, part of this before. Is this a phase 1, phase 2 scenario?
Yes.
Is this phase 2?
You asked it. Yes, it's an ongoing until we replace all
What
of it.
phase is this?
You asked that last time and I didn't follow up. I think
Three?
this is our third request.
Would you put that in here? Type it in, phase 3?
Yep.
That-
Or year 3,
Yeah.
year 3. Yep, I will.
Or phase 3?
Yep, okay.
Because it
And,
tells,
and
tells
if it's the final phase, you could say almost say final phase.
yeah.
right, that too. One or the other.
Yeah, no, it's not our final phase.
All right.
But anyways, but we'll just, we'll,
One or the
I'm
other.
We'll
looking
keep a note so
I'm
we can
looking
keep
at the
track.
years
Yeah,
track
but no.
years.
But I wanted on there
Yep.
for the capital finance
Yep.
committee to realize that
Sure.
this is not new.
Right. And like you said, and part of this request is because our batteries are starting to fail, they're old, and also our meters are old, so
Right.
if we're not capturing the water that's going
Right.
through the meter, it's revenue loss, so
Right.
it's something obviously we need to do. Under the request number 3, the lead and copper revision rule. It's the
Yeah,
service line inventory plan, so I did update those numbers. It is now $185,955 with a total division request of $2,723,955. Okay. Next division is sewer. That is on page 78. Okay.
Do you have any changes here?
No changes under the sewer division, but I'll just briefly just go over the 2 items we're requesting. So we're looking to install a flow meter in the Porter Road flow metering vault that's already existing. We just need the equipment and electronics that go in that vault. That request is for $102,800. Also, we're requesting a pump replacement for our Dawes and Linwood station for $82,000. For a total request under the sewer division for $184,800. Good, awesome. Our next division is stormwater, which starts on page 91. And the only changes I made to the stormwater division is because we're still up in the air on what type of truck to get
Right.
for the clam truck.
Right.
So we've decided to move that out till next year. And never mind that, because of the uncertainty and getting accurate quotes,
Yeah.
we're just all over the place, not getting what we want or what we can build. We're just settling for, what they have and things like that. So we decided to move that off to next year, and also to give us a chance to work with our new vac truck as well, and our jetting machine. It's all in one. So
Okay.
to go through a year of using that piece of equipment and see what the use of our existing clam truck, our old piece of equipment is, and see how it plays into our stormwater management plan, and the maintenance and the things we do like that. So to get a better understanding what use that piece of
And you
equipment
had
is
two
going to
other
be.
options too. You were talking
We
about.
did. There was a Mac, and then we were going with a Mac,
smaller
cab,
scale?
and then a cab, and then have Bart do a chassis.
Yeah,
On it.
it's a cab and chassis, obviously, but Mac was the original quote. But
Yeah.
the body on the back is what's so expensive.
Right.
The truck is significantly, in the realm of things,
Right.
inexpensive compared to the body
Right,
itself.
right.
The equipment on the back almost doubled the price of the vehicle.
Right.
So that's where the cost of it. So if I can scale down the size of the truck and the body, hopefully it does the same thing.
Right. Right.
So,
Also, Bruce, the Whetstone Dam,
Yes.
scenario.
Yep.
We were supposed to do some action as far as testing the water, or testing that the last time.
We have a plan, but it wasn't approved last year for any funding,
Right.
and
It
I
was
don't
a-
have
it was-
last year's plan, so we didn't end up doing anything because the capital committee felt it wasn't necessary at this time. So it's on here again because there is some
But
repair.
this is the repair job.
This is some of the repairs,
But
yes.
we talked about eliminating that dam.
Right, right.
And we were gonna do some testing of the water, or
Well,
if
obviously,
it,
right,
we should still look into doing that, to give the town council some options
right.
and cost estimates of.
Well, we do have short range and long term plans as well, so
Right.
yeah, we need to do something obviously out there, and like you said, I'd love to just eliminate it, but
I would
I'm
too.
not the final say.
I,
on
I,
on
I,
that
I,
as
I
well.
really don't think we should be keeping it
Right.
when the reason it was put there is no longer in
Right.
existence.
Right,
The same with our zoning rules.
sure,
It
Right.
just screws everything up, and
right,
I think to keep that dam in the long run is gonna cost us way too much
right, right,
money for
Right.
something that's,
sure. Like you said, I think we need to do the short term fix, which is the 227, to obviously get it fixed so it doesn't actually fall or collapse, or, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then, like you said, is to come up with a plan on eliminating it.
okay.
Because like you said, there's multiple years as far as that project's concerned, so.
Where exactly is that?
That is at the end of Deer
as you
Park.
know, at the end of Deer Park, if you go down the railroad,
Yeah.
it's behind Deer Park. It's
Oh, okay,
behind
that's
the
what,
solar, behind the solar field and all that.
Yeah.
There's a pond back home. It's pond slash
okay,
lake,
that's where I thought it was, but.
which feeds the lake in Shaker Pines.
What I'm going to do as
Okay.
well is see what the capital committee's appetite will be as far as the removal. You know what I mean? Let me segue into that when we meet with the capital committee, because I know there'll be a counselor on
Yeah.
that committee.
Okay,
And try to explore what their feelings are and go from there.
cause I personally don't think it's worth spending $500 to $1 million.
Right,
Fixing
Right,
an old
right.
dam that has no
Right.
purpose.
right.
I'd
Like
rather
you
be
said-
spending the money in town
Sure.
elsewhere.
Yep.
Sure.
That's related to even
Yep.
recreation.
Yep.
Than to spend it on a dam
Right.
and have walking trails around, because I wanna,
Right.
like the environment.
My main
We have a lot
concern-
of walking trails in town that are not used,
Right,
used.
right.
I don't need them over there.
Right, like you said, my main concern is obviously the dam failing, so.
Yeah,
this-
I am
Right.
too.
Until I get a definitive answer, I need to do
Okay.
something, you know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yes,
In order to preserve it, as it stands today, okay?
Yes.
Okay, the Weston, for our stormwater division, item number 1 is the Weston Dam. It's short-range planning to do some repairs. It's $227,950. That includes engineering services as well. And item number 2 is municipal drainage retrofits. It's part of our MS4, our permit requirement. So that's hoods and things like that. Setting into catch basins to remove debris, trash, and things like that to keep it out of our brooks, rivers, streams, and things like that. It's part of our requirements moving forward. So that's $200,000. So a total request for our stormwater division for $427,950. And like I said, the only thing that we changed from our last meeting was moving our truck number 69 to next year.
Right.
Okay? Last but not least is landfills. This is a category I put in here, I believe, last year. This typically goes under the Board of Health, but obviously they don't have the expertise, so I've been doing it the last couple of years, and
Right.
obviously just including them on the project because the Board of Health oversees all our landfills. They're the ones in charge, per se, so anyways.
This one's been ongoing for a while.
Yeah, so we did
The Allen
receive
Street
monies
dump.
last year to do the corrective action design, which is due on December 30th, I believe. Second week of December roughly, we gotta go out there and do some water quality or gas, which one was it?
Gas monitoring.
Gas monitoring,
We're going out there December 1st.
right, December 1st,
Me and Tom are actually going out there Thursday to go over that.
okay. So that project's ongoing, obviously the next phase is an additional $200,000 for us to get out there, once the correction action design has been submitted to Mass DEP and approved. We can get out there and start building our road with our millings and removing trees and things like that based on the corrective action design Tiger Bonds provide for us.
Yeah.
Okay, and this will be an ongoing project. It's like you said, we're gonna try to do most of the stuff in-house, so it's $200,000 a year for the next 5 years so far. Okay?
Sounds
So that completes our FY 24 capital plan, our proposed capital plan. So what I need from you, if you guys agree on the capital plan for me
Need
to
a
submit
motion.
to the town manager, a motion would be great.
Well, I just want to say, thank you, Bruce, and your team for working hard on securing the appropriate quotes to build up this request. It seems like a great exercise to obtain and complete these projects that are so necessary to the town. So I hope everything goes well with the capital committee and building next year's budget in hopes that we can secure the funding to complete a large portion of these projects. So at this time, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the FY24 proposed capital plan.
I second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent, thank you very
And
much.
we just need to sign
And
this.
if you wouldn't mind signing 2 copies, I keep an original with me, and I give the town manager a copy as well.
I'd just like to say that, as an extension of what Mike just said, is that
Thank you.
the group does a lot of work putting together these capital plans, and last year, you did the same thing pretty extensively. The Capital Finance Committee was very appreciative of your efforts with the detail that goes into this plan, submittal. And I'd probably say it's one of the best submittals that they've received. But I think at the same time, it enhanced the other departments to follow through and do as good of a job as you guys in the DPW do with the school committee and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Because I watched most of the capital finance meetings. So I thought as a group, you guys were very, very well prepared
Thank you.
in giving them an answer and helping them take the tours.
Right. Excellent.
So they actually seen the equipment, and I think they're very well impressed with the tours and the knowledge of this total capital plan with all of the group, all of you guys
Thank you.
participating.
Keep in mind as well, you guys only see a portion of it. We do the whole school department as well. So I have another 5 buildings which I prepare and help
Yeah.
out the superintendent getting quotes and things like that. I will forward you once, so typically I give the superintendent of schools a list of projects, a 5-year list for each individual school. Then we typically meet and discuss those projects, and then he submits it to the school committee, and they prioritize those requests. So
It's a lot of work that you're involved with, other than just the DPW. That's my whole point, is Bruce, is
Yep.
to make everybody understand the extent of what does DPW do.
Right.
Because I don't think a lot of people
Yeah, they,
realize how much DPW gets
Right.
involved with every project that goes
Right.
on, not just in our own departments, but other departments, whether it's recreation, school department, and things like that.
Yep.
So kudos to your department
Thank you.
overall for.
like you said, a great working staff here. They're great group of guys to work with, hardworking and everything else. So I couldn't do my job obviously without these guys as well. So
Thank you. I guess, building facilities report.
I'd say none. If there was none from last week, there's none.
No updates.
No
No
updates?
updates at the moment.
There you go.
Everything's going great with the schools?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I guess water and sewer?
Just playing catch up with a lot of contractors trying to finish off their projects before bad weather is for the winter. So very busy mark-out still. Water and sewer jobs are trying to get done before the end of the year. About it.
Construction
pretty-
season's wrapping up right now.
Okay. Darryl? Highway and,
Status quo. They really don't have much updates.
all set for snow and ice?
As much as you're gonna be.
Yeah.
You might get it tonight, who knows, but probably
Gonna
not.
rain.
It's gonna rain.
He's ready. He's ready.
Don't swear. No, we are prepared if we do get anything tonight, but we are,
All set with Sanders, just in case.
Yep.
He's actually, the
Overall.
guys were out calibrating Sanders today, and filling up with salt, and checking spinners, and making sure they're laying down material at the proper rates and things like that, so.
Did the
Yep.
guys go around and check the drains and make sure that they're cleared and leaves and stuff like that?
we do go around like tomorrow with the rainy weather,
Yeah.
we'll be doing most of that. Because obviously not everyone clears their drains.
Right,
But
that's why I'm
you know,
asking.
we usually know our low areas, and we'll go out, and tomorrow being that it's rainy, I'm actually gonna be using tomorrow morning as a training morning with our staff for, salting and sanding, because some of our guys are pretty new with that as well. So, we're gonna go over some of that in the morning, what we're looking for and what we wanna get out of it. So I got maps that we made up last year for the gentleman to look through, parking lots and what areas to make sure we need to hit and don't hit and stuff like that, so, cause you go in a parking lot, sometimes you just miss a spot, and you don't even know you missed it. And we get a phone call at 8 o'clock in the morning going, hey, they didn't sand over here.
Right.
So we make sure we get, everyone knows where those areas are and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, the day after we had our last meeting on 11/2, I did see the trucks out, the guys were driving around with the plows, looking at.
It was a little bit of
looking at-
torturous being that it was 70 degrees out, we had plows on the trucks, and guys were driving around. But it was a much needed thing, and we also had, I had all my foremen in training with the new truck. So it was even though it was a beautiful day,
I know.
it wasn't a wasted day.
Right.
So, but that way to get an idea of,
And
it
they
took us a
came out-
while, a lot of the guys, it
They
was a good
came out
thing.
early in my neighborhood because they woke me up.
So, but yeah, I figured it was gonna get a couple, like, what are you
10
guys
o'clock,
doing?
come on.
So, with 70 degrees out, what
It
are
was,
the plows
a
on?
surprise to me because they woke me up and I said, what is this dump truck driving around with a plow on it?
Yeah.
When it was so warm.
Yeah,
But
Fortunately, it's a
then I
mix of
remembered,
stuff.
oh, by the way, I
Yeah,
immediately
so-
after he said he was gonna come out.
It was a little torturous. I'm like, oh man, it's a waste of a good day,
Yeah,
but it was actually very beneficial for
Yeah.
our foreman, for
Yeah.
one, for the training they got on the new truck, and all the new guys to be able to go out. Most of my guys are all in new routes, so
Right.
even the veterans that have been here are all in new routes, so they're trying to figure out their areas too.
Yeah.
So.
So that was appreciated that you take the time to do that, right, and have them tear up the streets.
Well, I think we're gonna do it some more still.
Right.
Just one day is not gonna be enough.
Right.
So,
Okay.
you know, tomorrow with even going around clearing catch basins and stuff, that's
Yep.
probably put the guys on their plow routes
Yep.
and go do that,
Yep.
so they can see where they need to be.
And you're all set with sand, and you got
You got a full barn.
a
Yep.
full barn?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Great.
we're all ready.
So,
We just don't want it
anything
to
else there?
snow.
We're good.
We're good. Any other business, Bruce?
I do not have anything else for the board this evening.
Does anybody else have? Bob?
428.
That's what I wanted to know. I'll take a motion if you wish to close the meeting.
I just have one question for Bruce. You know, heading into the winter season, obviously it's a little late asking. Does your team have the appropriate gear for outside weather? Hats,
Yes.
coats, gloves,
Yep.
all that type of thing.
Yep, typically Daryl keeps a stockpile in his office, winter gloves,
Keep,
and things
I
like
keep
that.
winter gloves. I have sewer gloves, obviously, for all that stuff. Each employee is supplied with, even for summer work, is supplied with the PPE, rain gear. Everyone gets a set of rain gear when they start. We're fully outfitted with uniforms, winter coat.
Yep.
They get 11 shirts, 11 uniform, 11 pants.
We clean their clothes.
It's, you know, winter gloves,
You'll see
summer
that in the
gloves.
budget.
They
Oh,
get
okay.
masks. They get safety glasses.
Sure.
That, all
Yeah.
that
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Good to go.
That's it. At this time, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Today's November 15th, 2022.
432.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bruce.
Awesome.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.